Picture this. You own a ship, a beautiful wooden ship, your pride and joy. One day, a plank rots. You replace it. A few months later, another plank goes bad. You replace it too. This continues, year after year, plank by plank, piece by piece, until one day, every single part of your ship has been replaced. Not a single piece of the original remains. Here's the question. Is it still your ship? Now, here's where it gets really strange. Every 7 years, almost every cell in your body is replaced. Your skin, your bones, your organs, the atoms that make you right now. Most of them weren't part of you 7 years ago. So if the ship isn't the same ship, are you still you? This is the Ship of Theseus, a 2,000-year-old paradox that will change how you think about identity forever. And by the end of this video, you'll never look at yourself the same way again. Let me tell you the original story. It comes from Plutarch, a Greek historian writing around 75 AD. He's documenting the life of Theseus, the legendary king of Athens, the guy who killed the Minotaur. After his heroic deeds, the Athenians preserved Theseus's ship in the harbor, a monument, a symbol of their greatest hero. But wood decays, planks rot, the sea is harsh. So the Athenians had a choice: let the ship fall apart or maintain it. They chose maintenance. Whenever a plank rotted, they removed it and replaced it with fresh timber, strong, new wood. This went on for years, decades, maybe centuries, until eventually, Plutarch writes, not a single original plank remained. Every piece had been replaced. And the philosophers of Athens looked at this ship and asked, is this still the Ship of Theseus? Now, your first instinct might be, of course it is. It's the same ship, just maintained. And that makes sense, right? We repair things all the time. You fix your car, you patch your roof. They're still your car, your roof. But here's the problem. If none of the original material remains, if there's not a single molecule of the ship Theseus actually sailed on, then what makes it his ship? The shape, the design, the name painted on the side? Or is it something deeper? Plutarch says the philosophers were split. Some said, it's the same ship. Continuity matters. It was never abandoned. It was carefully maintained. Others said, it's a completely different ship. Not a single piece of the original remains. How can it be the same? Both answers seem right, and both seem wrong. That's the paradox. But we're not done yet, because a philosopher named Thomas Hobbes looked at this problem in the 1600s and thought, what if I made it worse? Here's Hobbes's version. Imagine Theseus wants his ship restored. So he takes it to a dock and asks the shipbuilder to replace every rotten plank with fresh timber. The shipbuilder agrees, but he's clever. Instead of throwing the old planks away, he takes each one, still bearing the marks of Theseus's journeys, still carrying the scars of battles, and he stores them in a second dock, plank by plank. As he rebuilds the first ship with new wood, he also reassembles the old planks into a second ship. At the end of this process, there are two ships. Ship A, made entirely of new wood, but it's been continuously maintained. It was never abandoned. It has the same design, the same name. Ship B, made entirely of the original planks, the actual wood Theseus sailed on, every scar, every mark. Which one is the Ship of Theseus? Is it Ship A, the one that was never abandoned, carefully maintained over time? Or is it Ship B, the one made from the original materials, the actual wood Theseus touched? Or, and this is where it gets truly strange, are they both the Ship of Theseus, or neither? Think about that for a second. If you say Ship A is the real one, you're saying identity is about continuity, about the unbroken chain of care and maintenance. If you say Ship B, you're saying identity is about material, about the physical stuff something is made of. And if you say both, well, how can one ship become two ships? This is the problem Hobbes created, the problem of two identities. And here's why it matters to you. Because you are a ship. Scientists tell us that the human body replaces most of its cells over time. Your skin cells, replaced every 2 to 4 weeks. Your red blood cells, every 4 months. Your bones, completely renewed every 10 years. Some estimates say that within 7 to 10 years, almost every cell in your body has been replaced. The atoms that make up you right now, most of them weren't part of you a decade ago. So if the Ship of Theseus isn't the same ship when all its parts are replaced, are you still you? Think about it. The person you were at age 10, the cells that made up that body, gone, replaced. The person you were at 20, different atoms, different molecules. So who are you? Are you the new person made of new cells? Or are you somehow still connected to the child you were, even though not a single atom from that child remains in your body? And here's where it gets even stranger. If you look at a photo of yourself as a baby, you recognize that baby as you. You say, that's me. But why? There's no physical continuity. The matter has changed. The body has changed. So what makes you, you? This is the question philosophers have been wrestling with for centuries. And before I give you the answer, we need to talk about heaps of sand. Here's another ancient puzzle. It's called the Sorites Paradox, from the Greek word for heap. Imagine a heap of sand, 10,000 grains. Clearly, that's a heap. Now, remove one grain, 9,999 grains. Still a heap, right? Remove another, 9,998. Still a heap. Keep going. 9,997, 9,996, 9,995. At what exact moment does it stop being a heap? You can't say. There's no clear line. But at some point, maybe at 50 grains, maybe at 10, you'd look at it and say, that's not a heap anymore, that's just some sand. This is the problem of vagueness. And it's the same problem we have with the ship. If the ship becomes a new ship when all the parts are replaced, then when exactly does it become new? When 51% of the planks are replaced? Why 51 and not 50 when the last plank is swapped? So you're saying when there's only one original plank left, it's still the old ship. That seems absurd. The truth is, there's no clear moment. Change is gradual, subtle, continuous, and that's deeply uncomfortable for our minds. We like clear categories, old ship, new ship, you, not you. But reality doesn't work that way. Reality is a spectrum, a process, a transformation. And this is where the philosophers step in with their solutions. Let's hear what the great minds have said. John Locke, writing in the 1600s, said, "It's not your body that makes you you, it's your memory." For Locke, identity is psychological, not physical. You are the same person through time because you remember being that person. You have a continuous stream of memories linking past you to present you. So even though your cells change, even though your body is replaced, you remain because your mind remembers. But there's a problem. What if you lose your memory? What if you have amnesia? Does that make you a different person? Locke would say, yes. If you have no memory of your past self, you are, in some sense, a new person. Uncomfortable, but logically consistent. Another philosopher, Gottfried Wilhelm Leibniz, had a different answer. He said, identity is about form, not matter. The ship is the same ship if it has the same design, the same structure, the same function. Even if every plank is replaced, it's like a river. The water is always changing, but we still call it the same river. You are the same person because you have the same form, the same pattern, the same structure, even if the atoms change. But my favorite answer comes from psychologist Jordan Peterson. He says, you're not the old person or the new person or the person in crisis. You are the process by which the transformation occurs. Think about it. Your life isn't a series of fixed states. It's a story, a journey. You're not the person you were at 20 or the person you are now. You are the force that moves between those states, the drive to grow, to adapt, to rebuild yourself when things fall apart. The ship of Theseus is maintained, cared for, transformed with intention, and that is what makes it the same ship. Not the wood, not the nails, the act of preservation, the will to continue. The same goes for you. So here's the answer to the paradox. You are not your body. You are not your memories. You are not the sum of your parts. You are the transformation itself. You are the process by which the old you becomes the new you. The planks rot. You replace them. The ship sails on. Your cells die. New ones grow. You continue. Life happens. You fall apart. You rebuild. You learn. You grow. And each time you do, you're a little wiser, a little stronger, a little more yourself. The Ship of Theseus teaches us that identity isn't about staying the same. It's about responding to change with intention. It's about taking responsibility for the person you're becoming. The old planks had to go. They were rotten, inadequate. You let them go. And you brought in something stronger. That's growth. That's you. So the next time you look at a photo of yourself from 10 years ago and think, I'm so different now, you're right. You are different, but you're also the same because you're not the snapshot. You're not the frozen moment. You're the journey, the transformation, the story. You are the Ship of Theseus, and you're still sailing. Every 7 years, you're rebuilt. New cells, new atoms, new you. But the story continues. So here's my question. What rotten planks are you holding on to? What parts of yourself need replacing? What shadows are you ready to question? If this story opened your mind, hit that like button and subscribe for more ancient wisdom every week. And turn on notifications. You won't want to miss the next journey. Thanks for watching Tales and Wisdom. See you in the next story.